Hey. So, I haven't really made a video in a while, and, I just felt really led to make a video tonight. I don't know exactly what it's about, because typically I have stuff written out that I'm gonna say, but, like, tonight's kind of just a fly on the wall type thing. So, I guess I'm just gonna be open about myself, and just about a Bible verse that I've really been leaning on lately. And yeah, I hope you listen to the whole thing. Okay, so the Bible verse that I've really been leaning on is Zephaniah 3:17. It goes, "For the Lord your God is living among you. He is a mighty Savior. He will take delight in your gladness. With his love he will calm all your fears. He will rejoice over you with the joyful songs." So, like, first off, he will calm all your fears. Many of us probably look at that and we're like, we still have fears. Like, if he's gonna calm our fears, then why hasn't he done that? Because, like, I'll be honest with you, whenever I walk into the cafeteria of my school, like, even though I'm in college and, like, it's okay to supply yourself and, like, yeah, but, like, I just get, like, anxiety and, like, just all this, like, people are looking at me, oh my gosh, and just, like, these lies just fill my head that, like, probably nobody notices me, but, like, anytime someone glances at me, I'm like, oh my gosh, why are they looking at me? Is my zipper down? Whatever. I don't actually think that, but, like, the zipper part, I do think that, oh my gosh, why are they looking at me part? But, like, that just, like, why won't God calm his fears? And, like, I've just really been praying on it, and, like, God, like, can you please just, like, help me not be fearful of the people around me? And honestly, these past, like, couple weeks, coming back from Christmas break and just, like, entering into J-term, I kind of just, like, opened myself up and was like, God, just, like, let me be vulnerable to people. Let me not close up, and let me be the first person to talk to somebody. Don't wait for somebody to come to me. And, like, I won't tell you that all my anxiety has been gone away, because I had an anxiety attack tonight. I didn't go to dinner because I had really bad anxiety about going to dinner. But it's gotten better. Like, so in that, just me talking to God about it and, like, being like, yeah, I understand, I struggle with this, God, like, can you maybe not take it away entirely, but can you help me, like, come outside of myself and show you through myself and not be too anxious about what other people think about me, and be okay with, like, if someone asks about different scars that I might have, be okay with being like, yeah, this is where my scar came from, and, like, not automatically closing up and changing the subject and, like, rushing off and be like, oh my gosh, someone asked me. I don't actually do that, but, like, that stuff. And, like, he will rejoice over you with joyful songs. God, how can you be joyful? I do not see you rejoicing over me with joyful songs. That's honestly, again, how I felt. Because, like, many of our lives, there's so much going on. And, like, negative things just happen to be in everybody's lives. That's a part of sin and what occurred in the Garden of Eden after that all happened. So there is, the joyfulness isn't exactly seen all the time. For me especially, I was, like, high school, end of the year, summer, I was coming into college, I was like, I'm gonna be joyful, like, I'm so excited, I'm gonna change my life around. I was, like, really depending on not really putting all my worth in people so much, and, like, wanting to, the past addictions and habits that I've had, I wanted to, like, put them in my past. I'm like, I'm going into college, and I felt joyful and all that. Like, I was like, yes, this is what I'm gonna do. And then I came to college and reality hit, and the first exam came, studied my butt off, took the exam. I was like, what the heck? I studied so hard. Why can't I get this? For me, I'm not athletic. I have a physical disability, so my mind was what I depended on. Like, my mind was, I was smart in school, I got good grades, I was good in school. So I was like, I might not be athletic, but I got my brains. Cocky, I know. Wasn't really that cocky in high school. But, yeah, get what I mean. So, I came into college being like, okay, I got my brains, like, I can do college, this is gonna be fine. Take my first exam. I studied my butt off the week before the exam. I thought I was good. I went into it. I got an F. And everyone's like, how do you feel? Oral calm. Calm class is easy. I was like, I don't know. I studied. I thought I knew the stuff. So I was like, okay, maybe that's just like one test. And then I took another test and I did slightly better, but I failed. So I was getting really discouraged. I was like, God, what's going on? I went to the disability center and I talked to them. I talked to my advisor, and turns out I have ADHD. And I was like, oh, that would explain things. But that pushed me into depression, and I was like, God, you're rejoicing over me with joyful songs. If you're doing that, why did you give me arthrogryposis, depression, anxiety, POTS, and now ADHD? Why? So I was just like, if God's living among us, if he's singing over us with joyful songs, why is all this negative stuff happening? Didn't understand at all. And like, all first semester, I kind of like put myself in with self-pity, like, what is wrong with me? Like, why? Like, if I have a purpose here on earth, like, why is all this wrong? And I was like, there was multiple different nights where I will tell you, God is probably the only reason I am still talking to you, because I don't know what it would have happened without him. So like, there is a God, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't, just with how my brain works and all that stuff. So then Christmas break, something occurred halfway, a little bit more than halfway through my first year semester, and that really like took me back. I was like, God, what the heck? Like, stuff just keeps piling up on me. And so this happened, and my mom got involved somehow, like, in a way. So like, because of that, I had to talk to my mom about like, yes, I did turn back to this addiction that I had back in high school. Like, yes, I should go to a counselor to get help with it. So, but because of that whole situation, like, yeah, it sucks. Like, I still am just like, I get mad about what happened, and I still get hurt by what occurred. But if that didn't all happen, I probably wouldn't have A, went back to a counselor, B, I probably would not exactly be on a road to recovery from the getting stronger in what my convictions are, and in what healing my addictions that I had in that moment. So Christmas came, and I was like, okay, God, I'm just gonna be with you. Like, just show me. Christmas break was decent. After the first week, it was decent. It's just like really spending time with my family and just going to church, because first semester I stopped going to church altogether. I was like, I'm not going to church, God, like, no way. So I didn't go to church all first semester. Really didn't help the situation I was in, because I could have used God in those moments. So in Christmas break, I of course was dragged to church with my family, and like, after talking to my mom about like stuff that happened throughout the semester, I was open to going to church, and I was like, yeah, that's fine, like, I'll go back to church. So I went back to church, and the message was just like what I needed. It like talked about how I've always been like, ew, Christmas, because like, I just don't like how everyone commercializes everything, and I was like, no, thank you. Like, I don't like the fads, unless it's clothes. I like clothes fads, but I don't like other things. So like, going back in church, and like, the message was just about how like, yeah, there's a lot of commercialization of Christmas, but like, it was taking a look into the real meaning of Christmas. And like, yeah, we've heard the Christmas story millions of times, but like, sitting there and realizing like, wow, God loved me so much that Mary, who was a virgin, was willing to risk her own reputation so that Jesus could be born, and that God helped her and walked with her through her challenges, because she was rebuked by people. She was probably kicked out of her household. Lots of things happened to her, because obviously back in that day, if you got pregnant without being married, it wasn't very fondly looked upon. So God just like walked beside her through all of that, and she had all these struggles and all this, and she still was committed to being like, yes, like, I want to serve you, like, no matter what happens, I'm here for you. And that just like really like, wow, like, if Mary can do this, like, who am I to say, God, you're putting all this stuff in my life is crap, I'm not doing this anymore. When instead I can live it to my fullest and use what in the moment, probably in that moment when Mary was pregnant, she thought that was her weakness. So I can use my weaknesses just to be like, yo, like, life might suck, like, that's just reality. But it doesn't, you don't have to live each day thinking it sucks. Like, you can be positive about it. So, yes, the Lord your God is living among us. Yes, He is our mighty Savior. And I'm beginning to believe that He takes delight when I'm glad, and that with His love, He's able to calm all my fears, and that He'll rejoice over us with joyful songs. And I just keep reminding myself that, like, one day, we'll see Him in heaven, and all my problems, all your problems, I don't know what you're going through at all, but all of that will, like, eventually just come to pass. So I just like encourage you to live each day to your fullest. And like, I will be the first to say, like, I still have days where I'm just like, oh my gosh, God, I can't do this, like, and I just can't lean on myself. So in those moments, I like either turn on my favorite band, or I just open up my Bible and I'm just like, God, just like let me open up to something that you want me to hear, or that I need to hear. Or I'll just like call up a friend if I'm having a bad night, like I did something that I like super regretted. I'll like call up a friend and just be like, hey, like, so I went back to that again, like, can you just walk me through this and like pray with me? Like, I don't want to be alone, can you be there with me? And yeah, it's just like really helpful. So that's the end of my video. If you like need prayer or anything, feel free to just like message me. Like, I'd love to like talk to you, and like I'd love to share my story with you. I'd love to hear your story. And I just really encourage you that like God is amazing, and He's going to do amazing things in your life. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful night. I have to get back to my homework. And hopefully there was a reason I made this video. It's just not me talking, and it really resonates with you guys. Have a good night.